feeling good? Are you all ready for the class? Okay, fine. Okay, tell me, what is the title of our lesson? The Three Questions. Who is the writer? Leo Tolstoy. Very good. We have seen almost half of the story, isn't it? Today we are going to wind up this lesson, the Three Questions. Are you all ready? Okay. Students, tell me now, where is the king? The king is in the forest. And why did he go there? He wants to get answers for the questions, and also he wants to meet a person. Who is that? He is a hermit. The king wants to meet a hermit there. The hermit is living in the forest. And what the hermit was doing when the king enters nearby his home, nearby his hut? The hermit was digging the ground with a spade, isn't it? And the old man, the hermit, was looking very weak and feeble. He looks like as he is with ill health. He have no strength to do his works, and that's why the king asked the hermit to give that spade, and he starts to dig the ground. And what happened? He is repeatedly asking the questions. Tell me the answer. For that I came here. Please tell me the answers. Did the hermit reply? No. The hermit just sat down and was looking at the king. And at last the sun is about to set, which means almost the entire day the king worked hard, and he is repeatedly asking the questions to the hermit. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please reply me. But the hermit didn't. And now the king is saying, now the sun is about to set, and so I have to leave. Before I leave, I am asking you, I am again requesting you, please tell me the answer. By this time, another incident happened. Do you know what is that? A man with his wounded stomach. Someone stabbed him in his stomach and was bleeding. He was running towards the hermit and the king. A person with beard, and he is running towards the hermit and the king. He was wounded. How? Somebody, a person, stabbed him on his stomach and is bleeding. And that person with that wounded body, he was running towards the hermit and the king. And now this hermit is saying, King, look at the person. A person is running towards us. Who is saying this? The hermit is saying. And they both, this man reached them and he faints down. Why? He was wounded already. He was injured. Okay. So this man faints down. This hermit and the king, they are trying to help this person. Help this wounded person. Help this injured person. Do we all help others who are in need? On your way from home to school, if you saw a person who met with an accident on the road, will you go and help them? Or whatever happens, it's not my problem. It won't affect me. Let me come and study in my school. Is that idea which comes in your mind? It is wrong. Okay? You should help others. God has created us to help each other. Farmers are helping us by providing food. Isn't it? So each person, each people, each and everyone in this world is depending on others. It is our duty to help each other. So similarly, this king and the hermit is helping the injured person who is suffering, who is crying aloud because of that pain. Okay. So this king and the hermit with their handkerchiefs, with the towel from the hermit, this king is cleaning the wounds. Bleeding, the blood is flowing continuously. It didn't stop it. Again and again, the king is cleaning the wound. He is bandaging the wounds. Bandaged again and again. He's re-bandaged the wounds again and again. That much blood is coming out from the stomach of that injured person. Okay. Because somebody stabbed him with a knife or a sword. So this king and the hermit, they both are helping this injured person. He is bleeding, and the king and the hermit, they are using their handkerchief and their towel. They are trying to bandage the wounded person, the wounds. Okay, continuously. And now the sun has set, and this hermit and the king takes this man, this injured man, into the hut and made him to lie on the bed. Now this man, this injured man is a little bit recovered, and they all fall asleep. The king feels very tired because till this day he didn't work for a while. He just sat in his couch and he will just govern his kingdom, isn't it? He do not know how to work. He do not know. He is unfamiliar with the works, with the worldly works. But today he worked hard, and so he feels very tired, and he also falls asleep. So now in the forest, in the hut of the hermit, 3 people are there. The first one is the hermit, then the king, and also the injured person. In the morning, the king was just sitting in front of the wounded man, and he was looking at him. And at once, this injured person woke up and he opens his eyes. This king was just sitting in front of him and was looking at him. And now this injured person is able to talk. Before that, he was injured and he is asking the king and the hermit to give him some water. Okay, I forgot to tell you that. So he asked him to give him water to drink. Now, this injured man is pleading, is asking pardon to the king. He is asking to forgive him. Forgive me, king. And the king is saying, what is this? Why should I forgive him? I do not know who is he. I have never seen him before. All of a sudden he is saying that, king, please forgive me. What is this? This is the idea. This is what the king is thinking. And now this man is explaining who is he, from where is he coming from, and what is the purpose of him to reach this forest. So, students, now can you understand what I have told you till? Okay. Now this man, this injured man is explaining that, please forgive me, you do not know who am I, but I know who you are. The king do not know who is that injured person, but the injured person know about the king, and he is saying that I am one of your enemies. Who is one of the enemies of the king? This injured person. This injured person is saying that I am one of your enemies. You have killed my brother and seized his properties. You have executed. Executed means murdered, killed. Okay, the king killed the brother of this injured person and takes all his properties, takes all his wealth. Okay, so this injured man is saying, you do not know who am I, but I know who you are. I am one of your enemies. You have executed my brother and takes his properties. So in order to take revenge, I came here to kill you. Now, this injured man is saying that in order to take revenge, as you have killed my brother and takes his properties, I want to kill you. I need to kill you. That's my revenge. So I came here to kill you. I have heard that you are coming to the forest to meet the hermit all alone, and that's why I was hiding in a place and I was watching where you are going. And when you come back from meeting the hermit, I planned to kill you. But now I have been waiting so long from morning till evening, but you did not come back. That's why I moved out from the place where I was hiding. Your soldiers and all other people who are protecting you, they finds me and they attacked me. That's why I came here with wounded and injured. They stabbed me on my stomach. Who? The soldiers, the people who are guarding the king. They attacked this injured person. Okay, so that's why he is running towards this king and the hermit. He is saying that I am your enemy. I am your enemy's brother. You have killed my brother and takes my properties. In order to take revenge, I came here to kill you, to murder you. But you saved my life. I came here with a revenge, with dirtful mind, but you saved my life. That's why I'm pleading you, I'm asking you to forgive me. Who is saying this? The injured man. Now the king understood everything. Now the king recognized, oh, he is that enemy. He is that enemy. He is the brother of that enemy. And now they made a peace. The kings have so many enemies for them. They will capture other kingdoms. There are so many problems they are facing, and they have so many enemies. Now the king is compensated. The king made a friendship with this person by saving his life. And now this king promised to him that I will repay. I will give back your properties. Give back the properties of your brother. You can be happy with that. And now this injured man is also saying that you saved my life. Thank you so much for that. I will be a slave for you till my death. Till the end of my life, I will be a slave for you. I will obey the words of yours. Who is saying? This injured person is saying, I will be a slave for you till the end of my life. And also I'll insist my son to follow me, to do the same. Which means this injured man will be a slave for the king till his death. And then his son will follow the same work. His son will obey the king. And then the king's son, the prince, they will follow it generation by generation. This is the promise given by this person, this injured person. This injured person is saying, I will be a slave for you till the end of my life as you have saved my life. And I will also insist my son to do the same. Okay, this is the word said by this injured person. The king promised to him that, no need. I will give back all your properties and you can live happily. And he is also saying that I will send my physicians to take care of you. The kings in the palace, they have so many physicians, so many doctors there, physicians there. So this king is saying, I will send my physicians to take care of you. The king is saying. By saying this, they both are coming out of the hut of the hermit, and now this hermit is sowing seeds. Because yesterday they have digged the ground, they have prepared the ground, isn't it? Now they are sowing, this hermit is sowing the seeds. Who is sowing the seeds? The hermit. Now the king is again asking the same questions. Now I am about to leave your home, leave your hut. So please, before I leave, I am asking you the questions again. Who is the right person I should listen? What is the right time to begin my works? What is the important work for me to do? Please tell me before I leave. Who is saying this? The king is saying. Now, the hermit replied, you have got the answers already. What is the reply of the hermit? You have got the answers already. Now the king is in wonder. He is wondering, where did I get the answers for all the questions? He did not reply anything. When did I get the answers? I do not know. And he was wondering, when did I get? Who is wondering? The king is wondering, when did I get the answers? I don't remember. But the hermit is saying, you have got the answers already. Now this hermit is explaining how the king got answers for the questions. Now this hermit is saying, yesterday if you had not helped me, if you had not digged the ground, what did you do? You might have gone from this forest on the way. You might have attacked by this enemy of yours. But now, yesterday you have helped me. You have helped me because you feel that I was very weak. I am unable to do that hard work, and that's why you helped me. Now, this hermit is saying that particular time is the important time. That means you helped me. You helped the person who is in front of you, who is in need. That is the most important work and most important person to help. And that is the most important time. So what is the most important time there? The king decides to help the poor hermit who is in need. So what is the right time? That present time. At that time the king decides that I should help this hermit because he looks very weak and unhealthy. He looks as he is ill. Okay. So this hermit is saying that is the right time. That is the right time to do a work. What is the right time? The present moment. Who is the right person to listen? Who is in front of you? Who is in need? And what is the work? Help that person. And the next thing, if he did not help this hermit, or if he did not feel pity on the hermit, he would have gone from the forest and he would have been attacked by that person. Now what happened? He helped that injured person. Who helped that injured person? The king helped that injured person. Now who is the most important person there? That injured person. That injured person is the most important person to listen, or most important person. Next, what is the most important work? Caring him. He bandaged the wounds of that injured man, isn't it? That is the most important work at that time. And what is the most important time to begin? That moment. If the king feels that, okay, he is injured, let him be there. I will go to my palace. I will send my physicians tomorrow. Is it good? No. The king helped him at the moment. And so, now this hermit is explaining that the most important thing to do is helping others who is in need, who is in front of you at the moment. The most important, what is the right time to begin everything is the first question of the king, isn't it? The most important time to begin everything is the present time. At the moment, what am I doing? At this moment, what am I doing? At this moment, I am teaching you. At this moment, you are listening to me, isn't it? At the present, what should I do? Because the future is not in our hands. The past, we cannot change anything. Only the present time is in our hands. We have the power over the present time. We learn in our life. So this hermit is saying the present moment. At first, at the present moment, you thought that I should help this person, I should help this hermit who is in need, who is very weak. The hermit is very weak and so I should help him. That is the present time you thought and you helped me. You helped me and you thought that he is the important person for me now. And helping the person is the important work for me now. And in this case of injured person, the injured person is the most important person for the king at that moment. Helping him or bandage the wounds is the important work for the king to do at that moment. So, the hermit is saying that you should do whatever you can at the present moment, whatever you can for the people who is with you right now. Who is with you right now, which means at the present. At the present, who is in need? Just think about them. God has sent each one of us to the world to help each other. Can you understand, students? So, what is the most important work? To help others. To help others is the most important work. And who is the right person for us to listen to? Is the person who is with us at the moment, at present. And the most important thing is, when should we start, when should we begin our work, is the present time. Can you understand, students? So, live with the present. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Just live with the present and live happily. That's what God is expecting from all of us. This is what the message the Leo Tolstoy, the writer, the author, Russian writer Leo Tolstoy wants to convey to his readers, convey to all of us. Okay, students? Now, what you will do? You should not think about the future. You should not think about the past. You should just live with the present and live happily and help each other and live a happy life. Okay? Thus, we have come to the end of this lesson, the 3 questions. Students, have you all heard about the word heteronyms? Heteronym? Okay, let's see what is it. Heteronyms are words with same spellings but different meaning and pronunciation. The pronunciation differs but the spelling remains the same. So the same spelling with different meaning and pronunciation, those words are called as heteronyms. In your textbook you have an example. He wound the bandage around the wound. He wound the bandage around the wound. Look at this sentence. We have W-O-U-N-D. The same spelling. Here W-O-U-N-D. The same spelling. But its meaning and pronunciation differs. He wound the bandage around the wound. Okay. Here the same spelling W-O-U-N-D. But I am reading it as wound and here I am reading it as wound. So here the same spelling with different pronunciation. Now look at its meaning. He wound the bandage. He wound the bandage means he wrapped, he covered. Okay. Wound means wrapped, which means covering the wound. Okay. So he wrapped the bandage around the wound, around the injured part. Here wound refers to the injury which is on the stomach of that person. Okay. So he wound, he wrapped, he covered the bandage around the wound. So such words with same spelling but different pronunciation and also the meaning. Such words are called as heteronyms. Have you all understood? Students, take page number 30. Page number 30. The king turned round and saw a bearded man come running out of the wood. The man held his hands pressed against his stomach, and blood was flowing from under them. When he reached the king, he fell fainting on the ground, moaning feebly. The king and the hermit unfastened the man's clothing. There was a large wound in his stomach. The king washed it as best he could and bandaged it with his handkerchief and with a towel the hermit had. But the blood would not stop flowing, and the king again and again removed the bandage and washed and rebandaged the wound. When at last the blood ceased flowing, the man revived and asked for something to drink. The king brought fresh water and gave it to him. Meanwhile, the sun had set and it had become cool. So the king, with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. Lying on the bed, the man closed his eyes and was quiet. But the king was so tired from his walk and from the work he had done that he crouched down on the threshold and also fell asleep so soundly that he slept all through this short summer night. When he awoke in the morning, it was long before he could remember where he was or who was the strange bearded man lying on the bed and gazing intently at him with shining eyes. "Forgive me," said the bearded man in a weak voice when he saw that the king was awake and was looking at him. "I do not know you and have nothing to forgive you for," said the king. "You do not know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore to revenge himself on you because you executed his brother and seized his property. I knew you had gone alone to see the hermit, and I resolved to kill you on your way back. But the day passed and you did not return. So I came out from my ambush to find you and came upon your bodyguard, and they recognized me and wounded me. I escaped from them, but should have bled to death had you not dressed my wound. I wished to kill you, and you have saved my life. Now if I live, and if you wish it, I will serve you as your most faithful slave and will bid my sons do the same. Forgive me." The king was very glad to have made peace with his enemy so easily and to have gained him for a friend, and he not only forgave him but said he would send his servants and his own physician to attend him and promised to restore his property. Having taken leave of the wounded man, the king went out into the porch and looking around for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to beg an answer to the questions he had put. The hermit was outside on his knees, sowing seeds in the beds that had been dug the day before. The king approached him and said, "For the last time I pray you to answer my questions, wise man." "You have already been answered," said the hermit, still crouching on his thin leg and looking up at the king who stood before him. How answered? What do you mean? Asked the king. Do you not see? Replied the hermit. If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday, and had not dug these beds for me, but had gone your way, that man would have attacked you, and you would have wished you had stayed with me. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds, and I was the most important man, and to do me good was your most important business. Afterwards, when that man ran to us, the most important time was when you were attending to him, for if you had not bound up his wounds, he would have died without having made peace with you. So he was the most important man. And what you did for him was your most important business. Remember then, there is only one time that is important. Now, it is the most important time because it is the only time when we have any power. The most necessary person is the one with whom you are, for no man knows whether he will ever have dealings with anyone else. And the most important affair is to do that person good, because for that purpose alone was man sent into this life.